Less food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth partying with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm gonna keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/bloodpressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
I hope all the cameras are working.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them up though. Don't worry, I got it.
No, I think we're on right now.
Yeah, no, you are. So let me just get.
All right,
to
perfect. Yeah, just take us off.
Yeah. So
Another great day in Paris. Well, actually, today is actually better than most days because Jared's leaving early, so that's gonna be a good day. I think Jared's here.
We got an hour, so.
I think Jared's here longer. It takes Jared longer to get here than the whole show is. Than what he stays. There and back.
It takes me 55 minutes.
On a good day. What's Peter clicking over there? There's a lot of clicks.
yeah, because the two-shot cam that's on now, it's not the proper.
Oh, the dimensions are messed up.
Yeah, the aspect ratio.
The dimensions are messed up, and we are live, right?
They look good, right? Really? They look good before.
No. Well, you checked it on the StreamYard?
Yeah. Before I check everything before anybody gets here, and it works. And as soon as someone comes in, either you, Jair, or Peter doesn't want to work. But is it okay now?
Well, all right. So let me put that on.
Well,
No, it's no. It doesn't.
What's wrong with it?
No, it's just the aspect ratio's off. Like you look kind of squished in.
My camera does that sometimes. I think that's the way it is.
You know what? Do I care? I do. But do I really care right now? No, because I got to talk about some stuff. I got to get Jared's opinion on this stuff.
All right, well, let's officially start the show because we just bled into this, all
That's
right?
good. We got to be natural.
Welcome back to How You Know, everybody. We got a lot of things going on, as you know what it is, man. We're coming live out here from, I don't want to say because I do not want to disrespect any Native American territories, but we're killing it here with my boy Austin Teitel, Peter Lewis, and of course yours truly, Jared Harbin. We got a lot of things to talk about today, man. We got a teacher admitting that he was recording students undressing. We got a man dead in a dinosaur statue. The Yankees are winning, and Damian Lillard is jealous.
And Paul Mooney's dead.
Yeah, you kind of brought down the mood on that one.
I'm just telling you, I did not know how big of a person Paul Mooney was. When I was growing up, I always thought that Paul Mooney was just a Ask a Black Guy on Chappelle's show.
You have to understand that if anyone gets to a certain spot on like TV, they had to do something like pretty major,
right.
Whether it was like sexual favors or like they let Louis C.K. jerk off in front of them, or like they were just fire and they made this great catalog. Somebody somewhere they did something to get. You can see that in the Michael Chase show. Like I know.
You're right.
I know most of Reg Conquest, Derek Gaines, Rosebud Baker.
They have a lot of writers that like I've seen up on stage. Wow.
Yeah, Will from the Comedy Cellar. There's a lot of people. Cypher Sound.
It's what people say. Oh, he was an overnight success. There's no such thing as overnight successes.
If you watch the Comedy Store, the documentary on Showtime, he was an overnight success, meaning that he was performing at like 1 a.m. in the morning, and they would call it Mooney time, and everyone, all the bouncers and stuff like that, everybody would go to watch him because he was that special. And he was a guy that was not afraid to network with a lot of people. Man.
No, he knows.
He floated around.
When I was rewatching, I told you before that Comedy Central put up the clips. And, growing up, like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, you watch these, like, Ask a Black dude. So I'm just like, this is stupid. But now you watch it and go, wow, this is hilarious. What he's saying is so funny, especially the joke about how they made movies, like, called The Mexican and it starred a white guy. They made a movie with the Tom Cruise starring, he's a Native American, he's a white guy, and he says that joke that I can't say, but about like he's gonna make the last black guy, and then he's gonna put Tom Cruise, and then he's gonna put Tom Hanks. It's so funny.
It was a very interesting way to understand comedy because through the lens of a racial aspect, it made comedy more understandable, more easy for people to understand. Like you can equate that to Chappelle because his mother was an African American history and studies professor in college, but like he just looked at everything through a lens of race, and that made it so much easier for people to understand. Like, oh, well, that's why this is funny, or like a blind black Ku Klux Klan leader who doesn't know. Like it's funny because it's always understood through the lens of hate and like misappropriation and imbalance.
It's something everybody can get because everybody's seen it. It's you can't find one person like, oh, maybe you'll see some people in the city like the really rich people go like, oh, I never see, I don't see anybody being racist. Because you're in your Bentley driving down the street with tinted windows. You're watching cartoons in the car.
And that's what is needed. I mean, that's what comedy is. You introduce a perspective that's either unique to you or that is just very, very downtrodden and no one really ever sees. But Mooney was that guy, man. He would hit you with truth.
What he said was true. Yeah, I'm watching. Go, wow, he's right.
But especially
that's why it's funny.
It was volatile times to say that back, and the things that he was saying, with a lot of people thought he was like very, very anti-white. But it's not necessarily anti-white. He was just telling the truth.
The way it's what it is. It's the way he says his stuff is very like, why is he like almost yelling at me? And he's just being stern. He's just telling you like why. He's basically making these jokes saying, can't you see what's going on? Can't you see? Like, don't you understand? But my favorite one is when they have ask a black dude, and then the Indian guy says something like he's an Indian dude, and then he just goes like, "What's wrong with your teeth? Don't be asking these questions. You got messed up teeth." And everybody's dying. You hear the people in the back dying.
I was a big fan. I never like you when I was younger because I used to watch the Chappelle Show when I was like 7 or 8 when I was younger.
Show of all time.
I didn't really realize Paul Mooney or or Paul Mooney or any of his accolades. So when you grew older, you get to realize how impactful his act was, what he talked about. Like, dude, he was talking about like black and white relations back in the 80s. I know people get gunned down, especially LA riots. He comes from LA. Like that stuff was at the forefront at a time where you didn't really want to talk about that stuff, man. And just going back and listening to his stand up, you just see how I got it.
See how scratch the floor, mom will kill me.
You see how potent and powerful. My favorite joke from Paul Mooney is the one where he goes, there's imbalance in the justice system. Because if a white person kills somebody, they could be like, oh, I have 3 different personalities. And the judge would be like, oh, okay, that's fine. If a black person goes, oh, I have 3 different personalities, the judge will go, well, pick who you want to be, nigga. Somebody going to jail. That's true. You see it, but you may not see it if you're not immersed in the right cultures or the right circles. And he was unmatched, man. He was unmatched. He opened so many doors.
I don't know what happened, but like the past month, like I was just watching comedy, I was just watching, all this stuff, just thinking about stuff to write because everything's opening up. And the more I like watch shows and the more I read like some of the stand-up stuff, I go, wow, the key to comedy, it's very easy. It's just you find the truth in it, your own point of view and the truth, because people are like a lot of the time people are laughing uncomfortably because they know. Like if you're making those kind of Paul Mooney jokes, someone's like, oh, that's funny because it's true, but you never realize it.
It's also a matter of presentation because if you're saying something that's fabricated or you made it up in your head and you don't truly believe it, people in the audience are going to notice that too, and they're going to notice that you're not being genuine, and then they're going to pull back. But you have to have the reality of it. You have to have the reality. You have to remain interesting, and you have to remain confident in yourself, and that way you can elicit a reaction from the audience. But if you just up there kicking bullshit. Yeah, or even you comments like Anthony Jeselnik, right? Everything he's saying is not. We're talking about comedy. I don't get right.
It's funny. I'll say it too. Bullshit. There you go. We're both in trouble.
We're talking about a very serious topic.
Errol said that word on his show more than once. So.
And he screamed it. All right, and he didn't have a neck when he was saying it.
Bullshit, Petey. Bullshit.
Okay. I will admit I was listening to Petey and Errol.
I love that
before. Shit. Yo, Errol is a wild boy. All right, he was bringing up Petey's grandmother, and
he talks about having sex with his grandma, and then he's talking about.
And Petey don't want to say nothing. Yeah. He's just over there twitching on the board, with his hair covering his eyes, so you can't see what he's saying. He doesn't want to sing,
if you say anything, because if he fights back, Errol's yelling at him some more. And that's why.
Yeah, but he's yelling at him, and he's like,
"Your grandma was a whore, right?
And Errol's like 3 feet.
I don't know why you say that. I don't know why you say that.
Like he's yelling at him from the floor.
No, but my favorite is because when
Errol yells,
Speedy Petey would be the best straight man. I forget what the voice of reason now. The voice of reason, because it's just like you say something to him and he goes, "No, that's not true. My grandma's not a whore." Yeah, he'd be like. Speedy, your grandma's a whore, right? Instead of Speedy going like, shut up, he's like, no.
So
grandma's
wild,
not a-"
boy, yo. He was talking about his grandmother's underwear. He was like, I'm saying, yo.
I love their show. I don't miss that
son,
show.
This is the guy that
And
does your
every
voiceovers. You don't want that.
I love it. That's why. But I see our Peter fights back. That's what we have to get a Speedy.
All right, first of
Peter.
all, you just called him R. Peter. Like
R.
we
Peter.
bought him from somewhere.
Our Peter.
Oh man.
All right, can
This
I?
network is crazy.
let
But
me-
yeah, rest in peace to Paul Mooney, man.
Okay, let me get your opinion on this. I'll ask Peter too. So yesterday, I was doing a shoot. Peter had to leave, so we had to go film at this children's place. I'm not gonna tell you where it is and stuff. I'll tell you off of it because I'm not saying anything. So I'm filming by myself. It's me and this woman Connie, who's our boss, like our producer, tells us what to do.
Yep.
And we're filming this food stuff. And this girl behind the desk, I see her like looking at me. And I'm just like, why? Like, she's probably looking at the camera. Like, whatever. She's looking at the camera.
She white?
White with glasses. White glass. It kind of looks a little bit. I can't say who it is, but all right. So we're there, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, what is going on? So I go out.
She fat?
No, she's skinny.
Oh my god.
I just gotta get a picture, Peter. Don't say, "Oh my God."
She got.
I mean, there's other whatever.
She got.
What? Wait, is she obese? Somebody
No, she got glasses. She's white. I think she's like that. She has like a little bit of red hair. Not
Merriam-Webster over here, son. I'm just asking questions.
No, I got mad at Peter about this too because I gotta tell you what happened too after when I asked Peter if she knew him. Interrogated me like I did something.
All right, that's not what happened.
Okay, but I'll tell you
get
after.
into it.
Okay,
See,
okay.
our Peter talks back.
Get into it.
Okay. Or why you say R. Peter like other shows have Peters? Like there's only one Peter.
There's a resident Peter in some places, you know. Peter, it was never a very popular name, but it never went away. So there's always a resident Peter somewhere.
All right, so the girl looking at me, and then my boss Connie goes to go talk to somebody, and we have to go. I have to do her interview, and I'm sitting there for like 15 minutes.
Yep.
And then the girl comes out and she starts talking to me. She goes, she's like laughing. She's like, oh, hey, how are you? So are you lost or something? I was like, no, I'm just waiting for my boss. And she's like, oh, that's fun. Like, is this what you do? I was like, yeah. I mean, I film some stuff. I do comedy. She's like, oh, that's cool. And I go, oh, my boss is coming. I gotta sit up. She starts walking. She turns around like the movie. She goes, do you want my Snapchat? And I was like, sure, I'll take your Snapchat. So I film. I take her Snapchat. I wait. How long would you wait to snap this person? I added her, and then she added me back.
You added her when she said
She took my phone
Yeah.
and she added. Okay, so how long would you wait to snap her?
Yeah, probably like 2 to 3 days.
Oh man, I did like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, I know you. You desperate. that's not no secret. This guy's been talking about. He sends me girls on Instagram left and right. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, yo, look at her hips. I'm like, dude, go to bed. Go to bed.
I'm so glad I don't get those messages.
I'm gonna start sending to you now, Peter.
He doesn't even get to type.
No,
under the picture, all I see is G. Because he's too busy breathing on his phone that the condensation, it makes it hard to type.
The reason why I only waited about 2 to 3 hours was because she was so like into me. You know, she was so like, you want my, you ever have a girl?
the cat.
You have a. I swear to God. No, I was like, look, you know what? I was almost like, I don't like tattoos, and she had a tattoo on her forearm and a tattoo on her other forearm. But the way that she said it, it was like, do you want my Snapchat? I was like, okay, the first girl ever said to me, do you want my, I never had to go ask somebody for a Snap. They gave it to me. So I got a boner in the car driving. I'm like, okay, when can I snap her? Okay, it's 4 o'clock. Okay, around like 6:30, I can snap her. So I snap her, right? She doesn't open my shit until an hour and a half.
Okay, all right, wait. Hold on. Let's put a cap on this story.
Big cap. There's no cap. I should have did this weekly recap. I should have did the cap.
For cursing's sake, let's slow down the moment so now you can start the story because we were getting a little wild there. This guy's talking about he's driving with a boner. Like
Errol just talked about it.
No, all right. I'm just saying.
If Errol like jumped off a bridge on his show, would you do it on your show?
I would make you jump.
Okay.
That's
fair.
All right. So I snap her, and then she just open mine for an hour and a half. Okay. You know what she does?
What?
She leaves me unopened.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had to expect that.
But then I snapped her again. Like 30 minutes later, a picture of someone's cat. And then my friend was like, "Oh, she's got to Snapchat you back. You know, it's a cat. Do you think they like cats or they don't like it?" And this woman, she was very bubbly. Something I could tell she likes cats. 45 minutes later, left unopened.
Well, I guess she likes a different type of cat if she's not responding to you.
So I don't know. I mean, we snapped.
I'm talking about the female reproductive system.
I told you, Peter. Talks back.
That's one of the things that my sister told me she'll tell me about when I'm older. I'm sorry.
You said I don't get it. I never understood. How do I have a heckler on a podcast?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I just stand up at night. I come here to talk my mind, and I got a heckler on a podcast.
Back.
What's going on?
No,
He's over here driving with a boner, like it's a porno, version of Fast and Furious.
How many girls come up to you asking me like, "Hey, do you want my Snapchat?"
A lot of girls do.
I don't buy it.
I swear, you can ask Cheyenne. We were in Meatball. Farmingdale. We're talking. This girl.
Meatball?
Yeah, this girl turns around. She goes, "Excuse me, my friend right here just broke up with his girlfriend, and I put him on with a girl. I did everything but, put them in bed together, and he didn't go for it. But he wants to say that he's back. Can he say that he's back?" And I'm like, I give her an answer like, he's on his own time. This and that. He has to grow. Whatever. We have a conversation. 5 minutes go by. This and that. She goes, "Okay, I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later." We go by. Her friend comes back upstairs and goes, "Hey, my friend's just being a weenie, but she wants your Snapchat." And I go, "All right," and I save it until 3 days later, and we have a conversation. It fizzles out. But
you're right. I knew
you can't turn around.
Dumb.
And be
because I thought she was so into it. I was like, I don't have to wait. What? Because she was like, "Oh, you want me to like?"
What type of mind reader Chris Angel stuff is that? Oh, she was so into me.
She was.
Dude, she was so into me, dude.
She was.
You know how you sound? You sound like a fraternity.
I
dude,
knew.
She was so into me, dude.
She was.
Nah, dude, she was so into me, dude. I had a rocket right there.
Like I was a rock. She was like, "You want my Snapchat?"
I had a rocket right there, dude, because she was gonna burst if I didn't do it, dude. I had to punch her in the gonads, dude.
I knew I should have waited.
Because if I didn't do it, someone else would have. You sound so dumb. We're adults. Just wait 2 to 3 days.
Well, we're adults. Why should I wait? She was just so into me. And
This
then,
guy. All right, so okay.
The best
Can I
part.
have all right, go on.
What is it, Peter?
Well, I was just gonna say that maybe this isn't the end of everything. Maybe she's shy. Maybe she's busy. There's a lot of things that could happen.
I'll tell you where she works. But
I know. You told me this, sorry. So I know where.
She works around kids, man. Anyone that works with kids is a little bit of a.
That's not necessarily true.
Not necessarily true, but all the teachers that I know from college and from my high school, they were a little bit loose, Peter. And I'm not talking about loose leaf where they give it out to the kids. I'm talking about a different type of loose.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant, actually.
Wait, but the best part of the story is that she tells me she's from like the Hampton Bays, Southampton area.
Also, she got money.
I call Peter. I text Peter. Go, "Hey, do you know this girl? Her name is this," and we'll say her name is Maria. I go, "Do you know Maria?" He goes, "Why?" And I go, "Do you know a girl, Maria?" And he goes, "Yes." "Why?" And I go, "Okay, Peter, call me." So he calls me and go, "Hey, do you know Maria? Do you know Maria? She lives by you." And he goes, "Yeah, why?" And I was like, "Just do you know her?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, but like why?" He just kept asking me why
So that's not what happened.
again.
So all right, so I'm gonna rebut here. Here's my camera.
Wait, but let me finish. Let me finish.
Blown from the book before.
So and then I asked him, I go, "Peters, because she got she asked for my Snapchat, and that's why." He goes, "Okay, is that all you need?" I was like, "Yeah, Peter, that's all." And he goes, "Okay, bye."
All right, so that's not how that happened. So I have the text right here. So you know a girl named Maria? I said yes. Why? And then, like 5 minutes passed, and I was like, why? I was like, why? And then he's like, "Does she have tattoos? Call me." And I said, "I don't know if she does." And then, so I called and I asked, like a lot of people would, like, yeah. So I know a Willow, and I was like, why? What happened? You met a Willow? Because this is what I was thinking. Was a week later. I'm sorry, not a week later.
You moron.
Oh, sorry.
You moron.
It doesn't matter because it's the same name as my cousin. And I was very confused because my cousin has a summer home a block away, and it was a weekday.
This is the podcast. You tell someone don't talk about something.
And it was a weekday.
It
was a weekday,
not to get stopped,
and I didn't know why. I didn't know why they would be there on the weekday.
Trunk's in the car. What?
All right, so that's why I was
Definitely
asking
turned down
that.
my mic.
So that's why that happened. I wasn't like interrogating him. I was just asking like why, because I thought it was my cousin.
I
It's
wasn't
like
getting
usually
it.
you'd explain a little something, but I had no idea. So he was talking about like a million other things at first.
I was gonna
And
get
you know how
to it.
and Jared knows how Austin talks. He just rambles on about certain different things, and it's like, all right, get to the point. Like, what was the original point of you calling me?
Her
and
name
having me
that
call
probably
you?
would have been a nightmare for you to pronounce. All right, I'll see you later.
I'm not gonna lie. When I said, "What's your name?" she goes, that name. I go, maybe I shouldn't get her Snapchat.
When Austin heard that name, he heard, "I do not shave my private region."
Oh my god.
I don't like tattoos, so that was like a big like. I was
Yeah,
like,
you jumped the gun.
I'm not mad about it, but I'm just like, I lesson learned. No matter if you think someone's into you, you wait. But it's waiting for Snapchat.
Dude, all right. Regardless of that, you have to be into them for you to do that. You can't blame it on, oh yeah, their powers were just so effective on me, like they're Scarlet Witch. All right,
should have waited. No, you're right.
You gotta relax, Vision. All right, take some time.
You're 100% right.
You think like she broke your soul stone or something like that?
She was just so into me. I thought it was like, all right, I can snap.
Austin, if you would know if a girl is so into you,
she would have
said, listen, I'm on a 30-minute break. The kids are working outside. What are you trying to do right now?
I was like hoping I was gonna have some. Maybe I'll have
That's what. But that's like Neil Brennan says. That's the downfall of porn because guys think that stuff can pop off at any time. At any time.
So more of this, but like you gotta admit, waiting for Snapchats, like to open it, I hate that. I can't wait.
Dude, just give it a day at least.
You're right.
Just one day.
I told someone that, and you said the same thing. I said, yeah, I waited like 2 to 3 like days. I said minutes.
That's not even a rule.
Perfect. So that's all I care about.
Now it's Hollywood Squares. Oh, 2 shots back.
Okay.
2 shots back.
All right, go, Jared.
The only thing that when that rule goes away when I'm talking to you. So say if like you text me and we're in a conversation, I'll respond right back. But like to actually initiate the conversation, I'll wait a day or so.
You're right. Oh, I learned my lesson.
Just to give them some time to come to their senses, because maybe they were on some PCP when they approached you, and they weren't in the right mindset.
At work.
So I'm gonna let her come back down. Exactly, because kids are very stressful. I'm gonna let her come back down, mellow out, or willow out, and then and then when I hit her up, she'd be like, okay, yeah, this is the dude that I hit up, so like I'll talk to him. So you always gotta give him that settle time. Give him a day.
You think at least a day? More if possible?
Because if she's insecure, right, she's going to be like, oh, he just wants some.
Oh, you're right.
Which came off very strong because if you send her a snap with your boner driving the car, and then
stop.
And then you hit her up with a cat, cryptically that says,
you're right. You're right.
So
wow, I messed up. I should never listen to that guy.
Now she may hit you back, and
well, we're snapping a little bit. So, but what happened was
she did respond.
Yeah. Well, that was later. Then now she responds a little bit, but now it's just like I'll send her one, and then she'll wait like 15 minutes, and then she'll open it, and then she'll send me one, and then she won't send me one for a while, and then immediately I open it and send her one right after.
Yeah. You
So now should I rest? Should I just send me a Snapchat?
You already kind of so you just gotta.
Dude, I knew it. I mean, I'm not doing it. I was just running around.
Oh wait, hold on. Buddies having problems with StreamYard. Well, StreamYard's connecting.
Peter, don't even tell us these things. Just I guess fix it.
You know what? I wish show everyone the setup that we have here because it's very professional and we're not in front of our laptops in which we just masturbated at. We actually have a great setup in here, and there's air conditioning, and it looks nice. The floor is nice. There's no toenail clippings on the floor, and we always have.
It's because it's StreamYard. I'm not gonna lie. It's because of StreamYard.
You know what? We're gonna get the first show on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network to not be live. We're just gonna record it.
We should have.
They're gonna load it up, and we're gonna have episodes on YouTube.
No, you're right. We actually should do that. It makes more sense to do it that way. Why put all this effort into this and it doesn't work?
This is
it really gets me mad.
No, I'm gonna go live on my Instagram. How about go live on my? I'm gonna go live on my.
Helping at all. One bit. All right, we're back. Hollywood Squares. All right, now.
Hollywood Square.
Come on.
Holly Weird Squares.
Yeah.
All right, we're not.
All right, two shot. Sorry, Jared's camera's totally lost. I don't know what happened.
So Jared, Am we back?
This is terrible.
I have a good question for you.
Yeah, it's on the two shot. It's
okay.
It's kind of going.
That's like, fine. All right. Say that hypothetically, right? A girl gives you her Snapchat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you don't have her last name, right?
Okay.
And you're trying to show your friends what she looks like. What happens when you can't find her on Facebook or Instagram or anything? You think it's a red flag?
It's a red flag if you can't find the girl that you just added.
Yeah.
On Snapchat, the last name.
Yeah, you can't find her.
Or on Facebook, you were saying.
She's private. No.
That's
a good sign.
That's a good sign?
I can confirm that she's a real person. All right, because I'm not doing it the other way. I'm not on the internet meeting up with her.
You're right.
You know.
No, but you met her already.
I'm not getting catfish. I got confirmation that she's a real person. Because if I talk to this girl named Chloe on the internet, maybe like 3 weeks go by, let's meet up, and then I go there and the Chef Wei Tong just shows up.
Chef Wei Tong yesterday was hilarious.
With some eel, some hot sauce, and I'm like, damn, I just got catfish.
I cut for 2 hours straight. I cut Peter's grass. Granted, Peter said, "I'm doing it." I did it anyway.
Grass?
I cut Peter's
Peter, Puerto Rican, not Mexican.
That's what he made. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But I was doing his lawn, and then Peter's dad comes home, and we're talking to him. He goes, "You know what I just figured out?" I go, "What's up?" He goes, "My son's lazy. My son." I finally figured it out. My son's really lazy. And I go, "You're right. He made me."
That's when you know you failed as an Asian
I go, Chef, your son made me. Chef, your son made me. He goes, "If you don't do it, I'm gonna say something. If you do not cut my grass, it's over."
He told you that.
Peter, what do you feel about it? Do you think that if a girl gives you her number and you only know her first name and you can't find her on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Visco?
Why are you searching?
Because I'm trying to show you're trying to show someone like, hey, look, I met this girl today.
Son, you just met the girl. You ain't gotta show the whole world.
But they're asking you, tell a story. Don't tell me you're not.
I'm not you. That's why I asked the question. I said, yo, is she white? Is she fat? She got.
That's what he had.
She got glasses, tattoos, and red hair. That's all I need.
He was like, oh, come on, you don't have to say that. But we gotta paint the picture for the people.
You could ask it in a different way.
Like how? How would you ask it?
Is she good looking? Is she,
But how good looking?
It's usually Peter. The name of this show is How You Know, all right?
Not how you don't know.
I don't have time to be beating around the bush. I gotta get to
Is she heavy set? Is she heavier?
Is she heavy set? Peter, I didn't say that the girl got diabetes, all right?
I know, but I don't know.
Did she have all the toes? I didn't say that, Peter.
I get canceled for less.
There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, fine. It's nothing wrong with that. You're right. You're right, Jared. You're right.
Peter, did you used to be fat?
No way. Peter's always been skinny.
I used to be
fat.
So
I had a little more,
but
nothing much.
Nothing much.
Nothing much.
When you're fat, you're sensitive to a lot of things.
Well, Peter,
like celery.
Like I'm fat right now, so.
No, you're also lazy, like your dad said.
Well, no, I got my second Pfizer jab yesterday, so that's why. And Chef Wei Tong said, "Look, Peter, I'm gonna mow the lawn." And he told my sister that. He said, Grace Marie Fong Lewis, I'm gonna mow the lawn. So whatever.
No, it was the best because his sister and his parents wanted him to rule the world, go and take over the world. And he's like, I can't. I took the Pfizer. Peter, we want you to go become president. You only have today. I can't. I have Pfizer.
Chef was like, Peter, we wanted you in the spotlight, not controlling one.
Now you see my job.
You were spotlight out?
Yeah, in Riverhead, the Vale Levitt Theater. In Riverhead.
Well, Peter, how do you feel about my question? You meet somebody.
So if you can't find them on social media, you're trying to show people this picture of who you met. I mean, is it a red flag necessarily? No. I mean, sometimes that's where you get the real people. A lot of times you meet people these days, they don't know how to interact.
These are bars right now.
With real people. And it's a big problem. People just aren't really socialized properly, and it's all just this fake internet thing, and they don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to resolve basic simple conflicts
Yep.
in their mind, and they'll just disappear on you. They'll whatever. They'll just go away, and that's not healthy at all. But a lot of times, if you find someone who's maybe not on social media, it could mean that as well in certain cases. But a lot of times, it might also be a good sign.
They just don't got social media, dude. If you got the confirmation that that's a real person, I mean.
No, I'm not saying the bad thing, but I'm just like, don't you think like now, if that people our age that they don't have any form?
It might be, it might not be.
I think it's a little bit more concerning that you're so concerned that she doesn't have a social media.
No, but that's what I'm asking. I'm not concerned, but I'm asking because
you are concerned because you try to show everybody what you try to hit because you want some.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what.
You want a little bit of that.
I'm just telling you what happened. Okay, not even a LinkedIn. Not even a LinkedIn. Not even like you don't have a LinkedIn. Not even a LinkedIn.
All right, yo, Dahmer, relax, okay?
You don't have a LinkedIn.
You're going a little bit Zodiac killer on me, okay?
I'm just telling you what was
Ted
going on.
Cruz.
I mean, you're gonna be all right. You probably
Yeah, spent like.
probably see her soon.
Well, yeah. You know what?
She works with kids, man.
That's funny though.
They're weird.
Spent like 3 hours trying to okay, everybody, this is her name, and that's all. This is where she works. She got glasses.
I mean, I wouldn't have mentioned it if you didn't make all those like flagrant accusations against me.
No, it's all right.
I had
Peter,
to-
you messed up. No, it's fine. You said you
No, because you said a bunch of lies.
No, I didn't.
That did not happen that way.
Peter straight up name dropped twice.
Peter doing a testimony on us.
Boom.
Like, he knows the truth. He'd be the worst witness.
No,
everything.
Austin would be because he makes up stories.
But
Makes
I'm
up
telling you the
complete
truth.
story.
That's
That's
what
not what happened. No,
You don't have
because you're talking about. Oh
you don't
yeah,
have
so
the
this and
transcription
that
of when
happened.
I called you.
I do.
Who the hell says transcription?
I don't want to have a
for text?
transcription, but
No, not text. The transcript of our voices talking.
I have that too.
Okay, present it.
All right,
I'm not gonna play this right now.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
On
You
the
dig yourself further into a hole. So OJ, I'd suggest you stop right now.
Watch out.
Okay, you stop right
I love
now.
that sound
Listen,
bite.
you'll see her soon, man. Not
I
everyone
don't
has-
care, but I'm just telling you,
You do
what
care
happened.
because you're trying to.
Because
you
it's funny.
It's not funny. First of all,
It's
15
hilarious.
minutes into the story, you told me you met a girl. She asked for your Snapchat. Now you talk about, I can't find a social media. You over here like
To show
crackhead.
somebody, because I
got
told
social
somebody
media?
about it,
You
and
got LinkedIn?
he looked like. I told somebody about it, and they go, "What does she look like?" I go, "I don't really remember, but this is her name, and that's it."
You'll be all right, son. Just you gotta batten down the hatches. Just breathe. Grab some Aveeno with some tissues, and you'll be all
That's
right.
the moral.
That's how
The
you
moral
solve
of the story is, if somebody asks you for their Snapchat, you wait at least a day.
The moral of the story is if someone asks you for your Snapchat, you beat it for about 2 to 3 days.
Thinking about it,
And you let it simmer. All right, let's get into this weekend recap, people. You know what it is. One of us gives.
Who is you?
No,
you
I do it.
Oh wait, Jair's here.
No, he's not.
Somebody has to.
Yes, he is.
Fix the other camera.
Which camera do we have to fix?
Which one do you think?
Mine.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
So keep it rolling.
My favorite is like we'll be telling the best joke of all time, and right before the punchline, Peter goes, "Wait,
Yeah, Peter.
wait, never mind, it's connected. Go."
Peter always cuts in.
Yeah, because you
He
want
always
people
has
to
an
hear.
opinion.
We're doing a podcast, and if they can't hear us or see us, then what's the point of having a podcast? What's the point of talking? No one's gonna hear you. What's the point of this? Why am I here? Why am I wasting 2 hours of my freaking life doing this crap? I was gonna say shit, but I said crap.
Why would you say frickin' then crap? And then you say the S word.
Freaky crack, shitty back, freaky crack, really bad.
You might as
FCC
well just
coming down.
dedicate yourself to the curse words. Anyway, let's get
I can't say the
This
F
is when it
word.
gets really
I can't say the F word on
Let's
this
get
show.
into the weekend recap. You know what it is, people. One of us gives a recap of our week or weekend. It's usually 2 truths and a lie. We have to sit here and distinguish which one are the truths and which one is the cap. I will go this week. What did I do?
Nothing.
No, I did do something.
You better not be something that was on your Instagram story, because that's what I know.
Okay, but that's not everybody. So I was at work. Last package of the day. And this lady came out the house and she said, "Is that package heavy?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, it is." And she goes, "Can you bring it into the house for me?" I go, "Yes, of course." I put on my mask and she goes, "Just fair warning, my husband, he's on a hospital bed. He's very sick. So he's in the living room, so you can just drop it off."
Just drop it on him.
Just drop it off. Just drop it off in the living room. So, okay, no problem. I open up the door, and the man is in the bed, and he's facing the door, looking directly at me, and he's decrepit, he's old looking, he's very sick. So he looks at me, and I panic. I don't know what to do, so I just say, "How you doing, sir?" And he goes, "Ugh." He doesn't go. No, he doesn't have ventilation. He just goes, "Ugh." I turn around. The lady goes, "To be honest with you, he's not doing too good." He looks at her, looks at me, and goes, "Ugh." Like, yo, I'm still alive. I can still hear you. That happened.
What do you think was in that package? You think it was like
I don't know.
like a syringe to kill the guy?
It was that heavy, but like to have a stranger come into your house during COVID when your husband is that sick, like very, very sick, it's like whatever he got, you probably gave it to him and you try to collect on his life insurance money.
What if she?
And if so, I deserve a cut.
What if it was like a microwave and she opened the microwave, like she unplugged his bed and plugged in the microwave, and you're beep 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 beep.
Stuff. Over the weekend, I headlined my first headlining spot. I headlined the show. Did 30 minutes.
Where?
Broadway? Broadway Comedy Club.
Nice.
What else? One more thing.
Where's the lie?
Oh, I bought a new pair of shoes. Nike. No.
Those are the ones
I
you're wearing
have
today.
to put my shoes outside now since there's a floor in
Wait,
here.
is it raining? Because I don't want your shoes either.
No, I put them on the ledge right there.
I mean, you can wear them as long as like I just wipe off my. Okay.
No, it's all good.
Are they orange?
No, the shoes I have today are. But I bought a new pair of Nikes, Tailwind.
How much were they?
They were originally 90, but they got bumped down to 65.
Are you into those like off-white ones?
No, I just.
They're just basic with a tag on them.
No, not really. If I like the colorway, if I like the style, I'm a low top guy. I don't really like that many.
You're low top. I like high top.
No, I mean I like high tops,
Ankle.
but at Jordan 1s, but you can't really get your hands on Jordan 1s because of resellers. So yeah, that's what I rock with. So which one is the cap, guys?
Again, if it's like you
Again?
bought again, I'm just saying again, if it's like you bought instead of buying a pair of Nikes, you bought Adidas or Fila or whatever.
Who the hell is buying Fila? First of all,
I had to buy Fila work shoes.
this is not 1987. If you're buying Fila, you're either a murderer or you're Caribbean daycare.
Yeah, that's the girl I met. That's the one. Peter, bring me to your.
You gotta be a nurse if you buying Filas. That's all I know.
Peter, take me through your thought process of which one you think is the.
Was that your stomach?
What? No, it's my crack of my.
Oh, okay.
Right. So my thought process of
Peter.
what I might think is the cap here.
And yeah, we do this every week.
All
And
right.
we always forget.
Well, no, because
how
you're
how
not.
it goes.
No, because you're not being. You're just saying
lie,
your thought
Peter.
process. It's like
Do your thought process.
I have to process this thing. I have to actually think about it. So, I mean, my first guess was probably the shoe one, just because you're the most hesitant. I can believe the other two. I mean, those are funny stories. The first one and the headlining, that's cool. And I mean, a lot of people's Instagram stories over the past, especially because I haven't seen like 2 weeks, Jared. So it's like
You missed you,
they
sir.
kind of just blend into one over 2 weeks. So I don't know if that might have happened. I mean, you've been doing shows and stuff. I did see that. I'm gonna say it's the shoes one, just because I don't know. It took a while to
Shoes?
form. Yeah,
That's a good thought process.
That is pretty good.
I got nothing else to go on.
My thinking is number 2 is definitely a truth. Wait, 2 lies.
No, there's one line.
One line. That's right.
One cap.
Number 2 is definitely true. Definitely think I know he headlined. Number 1 with the Amazon package. That's pretty funny. The only reason why I might think that number 1's a lie is because he did like the Jair, and he goes like he does that, so he incorporated that in the story. So that one might be the lie, and then the Nikes, he probably would have wore it today. So either 1 or 3. You know what? You knew you were coming here. You know that you have to go through grass. You don't want to get that messed up. So I'm gonna say number 3 is the cap, right?
Number 3 is a cap.
Yeah, that's you think, right, Peter?
And Peter, you say the shoes is a cap because I hesitated.
Final answer.
If it's 1,
Y'all both are wrong.
it's 1.
Wow.
Number 2 is the cap.
You didn't have
Number
one?
2.
No, I did not. I'm headlining
That's
Broadway Comedy Club June 4th.
Wow, what a dick.
I did all this for a plug,
What a
guys. I did all that for a plug. DBJ Comedy. What happened was They my boy
What an asshole.
my boy Julio Diaz, he hooked me up with a
What an
show
asshole.
with DBJ Comedy.
What a piece of shit.
Shout out to okay, stop cursing on the air.
I'm sorry.
What's going on,
I'm
son?
just thinking about the plug. You started
This
it.
is a family friendly
You
show.
started it. You
We
started it.
have a limit of like swears per minute. So
And how many did? How
This
many
is
did I
a
break?
family friendly show.
As
Stop
long as we don't see
cursing.
the F word and, you know.
All right, whatever. So
Freaking frack.
So DBJ Comedy hooked me up with a show, and it was their first interactive show. So basically, they had 3 comics on the stage. They had a host. They would ask the audience questions, and then they would ask the comedians questions, and we would have
That
to
was that panel thing that I saw?
yeah, we would have to respond with funny responses. So I was like, all right, and the people there, dude. I was like, they were asking questions like, well, would you walk into the room and have music play, or would you have your life documented 24/7? And I was like, no, excuse me. They were like, if you walk into a room, would you have like your favorite song play every time, or would you just have a laugh track for every joke that you said? And I was like, well, I wouldn't want a laugh track because that can become corny,
Laugh
you know?
track is fun.
And like, I feel like the more you force people to accept something, the more they reject it. Everybody in the room, when I said that, literally defecated in their pants. Literally. They defecated their pants. They were like, oh my God, this guy is so deep. He's so hardcore. Oh my God. The comedians on stage were like, oh man, I wasn't prepared for that. That was really deep. And I was like, dude, I didn't say nothing, son. But anyway.
You said the truth.
I said the truth. Shout out to Mooney. So basically,
What's people saying?
We
Go
had
scroll up. There's a bunch.
we had a great, insightful, okay.
What are you reading?
It's this is. Oh, we got Moises in the group. We got.
Is it Moises? Hey, Marvin's Room. We need to play that as a commercial. All right after this.
Yes, we do. So basically, I had a great set. I made people laugh, and they hit me up later. They were like, "Yo, thank you so much for doing the show. This, and that. We would love to have you headline June 4th at Broadway Comedy Club." So headline.
Let's go, baby. June 4th?
Do a
Friday?
June 4th. I don't know what that
It's
is.
a Friday. It's gotta be because June something June.
But I'm putting down my 30. All right, I got some new material. I'm
30,
shoveling
wait,
it out.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
You're doing? June 4th. What time?
8 o'clock.
I hope it's a Friday. Is it a Friday, Peter? Can you confirm that?
Hey Siri, what day is June 4th?
that is a Friday.
Peter, you want to go?
Friday again.
I'll meet you in the city. Can you get us 2 tickets? How much is it?
I'll look into the thing. I
I'll go.
got to send my headshot today. So, but yeah, it's the cap. Let's get.
That was a good plug. That's the reason why I was astonished how dropping all those S bombs.
I gotta get my plugs out, man. That's what I gotta do. Let's get into this world stories, man. We got a story that we can talk about, I believe.
We did some of this, something else too. You know, you ever watch when people go Instagram live, right? They'll be talking to the phone, and then suddenly someone comments. They go. And they go. Oh man, I heard the click.
I'll go get it. So what's the story that we got to talk about for news real quick?
What's happened in the world? Peter, what's happened in the world? Quick.
So there's the ceasefire in
Moises, you the man.
Palestine.
Ceasefire, Palestine, let's go,
Why?
son.
Why are they ceasing? I thought they were
Well,
fighting.
because there always is one. Well, that's the ceasefire. You end. Usually you end wars and you make peace. But I mean, yeah, they still have the whole blockade around Gaza and. Right.
I would
Go
say like a prominent, peaceful Asian figure, but I don't think they have any.
That's what.
Well, that's the
Peter's
stereotype.
family wanted to do
Well,
yesterday,
that's
but
the-
get the Pfizer shot, so he couldn't do it.
Like, it's not being racist either, Peter. Like, I can't say Mao, I can't say Pol Pot, I can't say nobody, son. Like, who is there?
Peter Lewis.
Well, Mao actually wanted a peaceful transition, but the nationalists,
and then he goes, not.
the Kuomintang, Chiang Kai-shek and them, who allied with the Nazis before the Nazis went with the Japanese, they refused to let the Chinese Communist Party participate in the elections after World War II.
How you know?
And they won
How you know?
It's public record. That's how I know. And so that's why.
Oh.
So that's why.
I go to the library. I can read.
So they
I
had the
remember
Civil
these
War.
names because I like to name drop. Oh, Willow was there too.
I'm also Chinese. I'm
What
also.
I do is I say stuff I'm not supposed to say on the air, and then I get upset, and I leave, and really, I'm mad. Right.
Who does that?
You.
I don't leave. And no, okay. So Austin just goes on about other different things, and it's like doesn't get to the point, doesn't tell me anything. It's like, all right, what's going on?
Peter, now
So
get to the point.
that's what happens there. Austin's not straightforward about things, but what I'm saying,
He's all bad.
what I'm saying,
Sound like a married couple. Son.
as a Chinese person, I know about Chiang Kai-shek, I know about Dr. Sun Yat-sen, I know about Mao Zedong, but that's what I'm saying. They were forced into the Civil War. That they didn't choose it. They wanted to be part of the elections, but they weren't allowed, and they didn't have a choice in that case because they kept, killing the Communist Party of China and all that, and that's what had to happen.
And that's what I like, Peter. You always give the facts because history doesn't always paint the truth.
It doesn't.
Not everybody knows everything. Especially with
does.
this thing in Palestine. I saw a Free Palestine march in Brooklyn the other day.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Free Palestine!" And then from the sidewalk, all I hear is, "Yeah, but what that nigga do though?"
Oh my God.
And I said, "What?"
He said, "Hey yo." Are you gonna use that? Wait, you gonna use that on Friday?
What? No, I just literally that happened.
You should use it. That's funny.
I was like, don't take my plug. But anyway, like, son, it's very
June
good.
4th.
You gotta have June 4th, 8 p.m.
Hey,
Broadway
yo.
Comedy Club. I'm headlining.
8 a.m. I said, I'm
Ain't nobody getting on for comedy at 8 a.m., dude.
But
what?
sorry.
What else is going on, Peter? What else?
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say that pretty decently big news. Mark Ruffalo recently tweeted out that, "Oh, I'm sorry for saying that this is a genocide. That's diabolical and it's leading to anti-Semitism." No, because Zionism does not equate to being Jewish.
What is Zionism? What is that?
It means that they have to have the right to have a country of their own and stuff like that.
Who?
Like Jews. And
My people?
Yeah, and what I'm saying.
That's my people.
And the thing is that, I mean, there were plenty of Jews in Palestine before the Western and Eastern European Jews came in, and they're treated just as much as pieces of shit as the other Palestinians are, who are Muslim, Druze, Christian.
Druze?
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
What?
That there was a Jewish population before.
In Palestine?
Yeah, because there were traces of what was it?
Well, it's where it originated,
Yeah, and there were traces of ovens that made bagels and lox.
That's right, yeah, totally.
And who should I side with because I'm Jewish?
Well, side with the right side. I mean, Albert Einstein, a Jew,
Dude,
would side with Palestine.
just go.
He already did.
Just go classic Jewish and side with the side that makes the money. Okay.
Which one makes the money?
Well, Israel's getting like 10 million from the U.S. a day, and we don't get health
He sent
care.
money, son. Joe Biden sent over like 730 million.
So is the U.S. with Israel? Or is
Oh
it-
yeah,
We
that's
support them,
not a
son.
secret.
We
Yeah.
What about
Jews.
Palestine? Do we not support
No,
Palestine?
no, we don't.
No,
No, absolutely not.
So should
Son, Israel popped up on the what is it called? Mubarak. What was the holiday for the Muslims?
Oh, yeah, like
Don't get that
you're
wrong.
talking about like Ramadan, or like you're talking about.
Ra-
Well, what are you talking about exactly? What time period?
They popped up in a Muslim mosque and they bombed them out of there. Like,
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Al-Aqsa in East Jerusalem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, that was on their most peaceful. Ramadan it was. My bad. It was on their most peaceful holidays. Like these people don't do nothing. Son. Like so.
One of their biggest holidays, yeah.
It's kind of hard for Jewish people to be like, oh, you don't understand this and that, but like it's a little bit.
No, it's just not right. What I'm saying is that Mark Ruffalo capitulated because this whole time he was always saying, look, Palestine needs to be free, yada yada. And he was really good. He has really good politics.
What the hell am I paying attention to Mark
He's
Ruffalo for?
I'm just saying.
His whole character is not to talk, and he's talking.
What does Dr. Banner got to do? The brother don't even have to act. They put the balls on his face. Ayo.
Dr.
They put the balls on his face just to do the animations for the Hulk. He's sitting in a voice recording studio. That's it.
Nobody cares about Dr. Banner.
Right? No. Well, no.
Hulk don't talk.
I agree with you. I agree with you that people shouldn't necessarily care about what celebrities say, what actors and actresses say, because you shouldn't get your politics from actors and actresses.
Should they get the politics here?
You should get them.
Unless it's Greta Thunberg.
You should get them from politicians.
You get it from her.
I saw this sketch. It was the
Also get your helmets from her too.
with Greta Thunberg, right? It was
Yeah.
the Greta Thunberg science partner. and the whole bit is that the kid's doing all the work because Greta is not in school.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. I think that's hilarious. It's
Yeah.
funny.
But like what I'm saying is that he was saying that it's not a genocide, that's hyperbolic, whatever. But if they're gonna call other sieges, right now Israel has a siege on Gaza. That's the whole blockade. They calorie ration the food that goes into Gaza. They call it putting Gaza on a diet. I mentioned it 2 weeks ago. And they're not allowing them to have building supplies to rebuild after every time Israel bombs the crap out of them. I was gonna say shit, but I said crap.
Jesus.
And
there's so many today.
And the thing is, historians call the siege of Leningrad a genocide, rightfully.
Moises is right. Uh-huh.
And then they call the siege of Yemen going on with Saudi Arabia and the U.S. Rightfully a genocide. So why would Gaza not be a genocide? Why would not be a genocide? That makes no sense at all. It's absolute. It's so wrong. They're so disingenuous. They keep saying, "Oh, Hamas." Again, Israel funded Hamas.
You left. You can't still talk. All right, that's good.
But it's not. I mean, it's not.
Well, I mean, they're
And also they keep saying that they're all anti-Semitic.
We'll do it. What do you need?
What do you go to Complex News? That there was a story on there. I wanted to
All right, wait. Can we take a question from Moses? Moses, can you?
What happened?
Can you write a question that you want us to talk about quick? Look up. Don't look up my Instagram.
We're going live here, people, as well. On Instagram on my Instagram.
Did you ask a question?
So
Let me see.
let's talk about this. A lot of mass shootings going on too.
Really?
Jeez,
yeah. San Jose, in Jersey.
I don't know if it's frozen or not. I think it's okay.
Whatever.
Let's get this story right here. So, a former high school teacher in Virginia admitted Monday to amassing a collection containing thousands of recordings, secretly taken of underage students undressing. Raphael Skowalski, 38, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of possession of child pornography, 5 counts of unlawful filming of a minor, and 2 counts of unlawful filming of an adult.
You're going to kill for life.
37 years in prison. Oh my God.
Are you Virginia?
Virginia? Take me home. No, we're taking you to the jail, guy. That's where you go, in the jailhouse. Imagine that, 37 years? That's like 6 of your students' age put together.
That's so bad. How did they get away with that?
High school in Virginia?
How long has it been?
Oh, stupid me.
Stupid you. That's a reverb right there. Dude. You can't trust a common name like Solomowski.
Yeah, wasn't it like the Zodiac Killer's name?
If I have to do a double take on your name, like when I get my child's report card and I see your name, and if I have to do a double take right there, I'm going to the vice
That
president.
Mike Wazowski character is also like that.
Kowalski. You can't
hold up,
with the ski.
Yes, Peter.
StreamYard is having issues. I mean, Butt is having issues.
But is having issues. StreamYard.
I think as long as I don't get a text from Speedy or Arrow, we're good to go.
Yeah.
I think, honestly.
As long as we're live on
Only way.
YouTube and I don't sound like I'm modulated or
Sound like this, everything, thing.
I'm good.
Paul Mooney.
How would you feel if your students, or your son or your daughter was being filmed by their teacher?
No, it's over. That's you can't even do stuff to the person.
Okay, but now what if they were filming your student or your child, but they had to film them in order to get a baseball scholarship? What would you say?
Wait, you're saying naked. You're saying like
Yes.
all right. So
So
let me get a public video where
If your child got that potential.
I'm gonna go with no.
Yo!
I'm gonna go with a hardcore no matter what.
You sure?
I'm reporting the guy.
I'm reporting the guy. I'm reporting that guy. I'm taking his pension away.
Sure? Yeah, I mean, it's a home run.
No, it's not.
It's a home run.
You can get this money after the lawsuit.
Blackmail the guy.
You
Do that too.
Yeah. If you want to be smart,
What?
that you're doing this and say, I'm going to tell the police, and then they give him the baseball scholarship, and then you still tell the police.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it works.
You want to get this guy off the streets? That's a scumbag.
Yeah, it's not good.
No way, that's a scumbag.
So you would use it if he was like the gym teacher with the connections at what's the prominent baseball school?
Say UCLA.
UCLA.
Okay.
No.
I respect
Not
that.
even close.
I respect
That is nope. Yo, Peter, you know it's a perfect time to say. No, we can't do it here.
We're not
on the
going
show.
to.
But
That's okay.
It's not bad, but it's bad.
I mean,
We'll
it's bad
send
in
you-
a different way.
I'll send you a link to the video.
It's bad in a much different way.
You know, no, but for a teacher to do that, you don't have to record them. You just go on TikTok. There are plenty of half-naked minors on there.
It's so gross.
Oh my god.
I can't. How do you think he did it? You think he just like put like an iPhone or something like in the locker?
Probably put an iPhone that was open up to TikTok, and it was like, oh, yeah, you have to try this new dance where you just take off all your clothes. Two-step.
Gross.
That probably worked.
How do you think? Did they say how he got caught?
No, I mean, he admitted to it, but he also caught 2 adults. I want to know, who are the 2 adults that got filmed?
Yeah, what are the 2 adults doing in the middle school or high
Well,
school?
no, they're probably faculty, but I want to know, when did they get a chance to change?
Yeah. I don't remember my teachers getting changed in the same locker room.
Unless he put a camera in the bathroom. This guy, I wonder what type of teacher he was. If he was like your AV teacher or like your media
He was
teacher,
an art teacher.
you give that man a raise,
Oh,
all right?
you're talking about
Because
it,
he's
you're
doing
talking
a lot.
What if it's you know what I'm talking?
Okay, all right, that comes off very different.
No,
that
it's
comes
not.
off very
No,
different on
not-
camera.
you're right. It's
if
not
you
that
if you
one.
do not know,
No, it's somebody that we know that his hands are always like this.
I'm just saying, son. Like, that's a lot of work. I mean, after those 37 years are up, CIA hit him up because he may be able to get you some pedophile turned ex agent, son. That could be a good story.
It's gonna get like blackmailing people for the CIA.
That's a dope movie, and we need to get Woody Allen to write it. Let's do it. Take you breathe into the mic real hard.
I'm thinking about the Woody Allen movie now. It popped in my head.
That's a good. Nobody steal that idea. It's good. All right, man.
What else are they saying?
Let's what?
What? What else is
Treasure J. What's up, Treasure J? We got inaudible.
Oh, sorry, we're looking at the.
Darvis is up here.
What do you say?
This is giving me Zooey asking Andrew Yang about the apartheid energy. We got Dr. Banner, who's still with us here, man.
Moses got to be here. He's gone, Moses. Damn, Moses.
We got Gavin, Treasure J, and Jarvis.
He's traveling across the Red Sea.
I was watching
You're gonna
Iron
get
Man
in
earlier
trouble.
today. My bad. Let's get into the sports now.
Oh, I'm stealing it. Oh, good. We'll sue you. Oh, yeah.
Bring up your sports story. What's
All right,
popping
something
off
about the
today?
Yankees.
This
Are,
guy always talks about the Yankees. Nothing else.
Yankees are killing. I talk about 2 things: the Yankees and the Mets sucking. But the Mets are actually doing pretty good. Like I said 2 weeks ago, what's going to happen? The Yankees are going to start winning. The Mets are going to start losing. The Yankees were winning, and the Mets were losing. But now both teams are winning. Stanton is the man, but right now he's gone for a little bit. He's on the DL. He always is on the DL. He does great.
He came out the closet?
No, not the down low.
Oh.
Disabled list. And then what's his face? Andrew Dice Judge Clay hit home runs, and the Yankees are rolling.
Aaron Judge, not Andrew.
Andrew Dice Clay Judge.
In that, you always got to have a Jewish man try to make another man Jewish who's not Jewish. Like, come on, son. It's Aaron Judge.
Aaron, what are you gonna do after the game? I'm gonna have a gefilte fish.
Aaron, what are you going to do after the game? I'm going to floss.
Wait, Andrew
He
Dice.
doesn't have the teeth anymore.
He
I told
doesn't.
you already.
But
Told
for
you.
some reason, he still had a lisp. I can't put my finger on a why.
What'd you do if he joined the live and he was like, he wants to go live with us? I'm not Jewish.
Wait,
Y'all
hold
better
on,
stop
wait.
saying that about me.
That's not funny.
Andrew Dice Clay's Jewish?
Yes, he is.
I don't know.
Can't you tell by the way he talks like this? Peter. How do you not?
He was
How a lot
like,
of
he was
people
like
do.
in the thing, and it's like the guy is a killer. Every time I see him, he's a killer, and I just go up there, I try to act Italian, but really, that's how they tried to take him down. When he was coming up in Brooklyn, I believe, they brought him on as like Andrew Dice Clay, the Jew, because he tried to change his name, but then he got the Fonzie look, and he sold out the Westbury Theater in the round, and
Yeah.
that's how you
I saw her.
You attach yourself to a persona and you just ride it to the top.
That's why Peter's
A lot of people do that. Some people do it in reverse. Shout out Caitlyn Jenner. Because Bruce could have rocked out with the Olympics, but nah. She made a choice, got the change, and ran over somebody in
Andrew
California.
Dice
on the freeway.
Clay is the best comedian I've ever seen live. I've seen a bunch of comedians. He's the best I've ever. He came on stage, didn't say hello or anything. He's just like, you know what I'm mad about? No, stop clapping. And then he just goes right into his. It doesn't stop. It's just, oh, I loved it. It was. I turned to my friend and said, this is the real comedian. This is how it really is. This is the show. Because you get up there and you get, hey, everybody doing? Oh, I'm in New York. Cool. The Yankees. But like I said, the Yankees are killing it. They had the no-hitter. But now the guy's on the disabled list too. The moral story is that the Yankees win and then they all get hurt. That's pretty much what happened. And the Mets are also winning, but that's going to come to an end pretty soon.
I mean, they have a big injury list
I
too.
bet you this time next week the Mets lost most of the games.
Well, so last night actually broke a 3-game losing streak for the Mets.
Oh, so they did lose. Okay, so I was right.
But I don't know about the next week. I mean, we'll see what happens there.
I mean, I hope the Mets don't lose.
I hope so.
No, I just want success to be happening in New York. Bro.
No, I want the Yankees. That's it.
Nah, man,
I mean,
New York is on the
No, 'cause
rise.
We
Mets fans
found out-
I don't want Mets fans to be happy.
I mean, we
That's the
found
whole
out.
point.
Why not?
Because they piss me off.
Would you rather have a Mets fan be happy or a Sox fan be happy? Oh,
Man.
stumped them, didn't I?
You know what? I'm gonna say the Red Sox fan be happy. I'd be more mad. But because when the Mets fans, when they start winning, I already told you they think that they're the best. They think that the team's going to the top. They win one game out of 10, and they go, oh, they're the best. They're the best. These Mets, miracle Mets. Let me tell you something. Me and Peter were doing this film.
Well, I was about to say.
Thing last week, right?
I was about to say.
We saw two guys from the Miracle Mets.
Yeah.
We were talking to them, and you know what they both are? They're both Yankee fans.
Even Art?
Yeah, both Yankee fans. Both
Yeah, it was Ed Cranepool and Art Shamsi.
They were on the 1969.
That don't
Yeah.
mean nothing.
They were on the best Mets team ever,
That
and they're
don't
both
mean
Yankee
nothing.
fans.
It
That
don't
mean-
mean
yes,
nothing.
They might also. I mean,
You could work
so-
in an Italian restaurant, right? The best Italian restaurant in the world, Carmine's, or whatever you want to say it is.
Carmine's not the best Italian.
Whatever you want to say it is, and then you can love Chinese. You can be
That's
like,
not
yeah,
the point. The point is that they were on the all-time best Mets.
like, yeah, I'm
team,
making
and
this
they go, "Yeah, I'm a
appropriated
Yankee
pasta,
fan."
but I like the OG
They
pasta.
go, yeah, I'm a Yankee fan though.
well, no, I mean, but
Show you
Art
something.
did say, "Let's go Mets," and he did say, hopefully they'll win another championship soon.
But
As long as
then,
you're gonna be dedicated,
when he,
that's
but
the-
then when he
like,
turned
that's your
to us,
money.
what did he say?
Well, at least Ed told you and me that he's a Yankees fan as well, like you.
Thank you.
Because you were saying, I know how good, I'm a Yankee fan, but I know how good the 1969 Mets team was.
And he goes,
But, he's like, I'm a Yankee fan too.
You could, but like I'm saying, you don't have to.
Grew up in the Bronx.
those
is
Yankees.
Yankees stand out. They're the last team.
So what about?
They're the last team to let a black man play. First of all,
Yeah,
in
it is pretty
MLB.
bad. It is pretty bad.
They wear pinstripes and people go crazy. Oh, you seen those pinstripes? This is so what? I am black. Every time I go to church, I see my pastor wearing a pinstripe
Wait, then my-
suit.
then my-
What's so special about
My
that?
question is to you. You're a big Knicks fan, right? Are you happy when the Nets win?
Yes, I'm happy because I'm focusing on it like this. With Corona, the city, I want things to go back to normal. I want people to be happy.
So normal, so the Nets should start losing. That's
No.
normal.
I want. Okay, I'll give you that. But like, I want some type of. If it comes
Good
down to
feelings.
me, do I want to see the Lakers win or the Nets win? I want to see the Nets win. That's in
But
my city.
do you know? I was talking to my dad about this. How weird it is that the Yankees are good, the Mets are good, the Islanders are good, the Nets are good, and the Knicks are all good.
Now
that
all
never
the
happens.
badness goes to the football.
And the Rangers.
Because now we got a Mormon as our quarterback for the Jets.
Buffalo's good too. So Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
They're the New York. They're the real New York
Yeah,
team.
that's
The
not
other
real-
two football teams, they don't play in New York.
That's
They
not
play in
real New York.
Jersey.
That's not real New York. All the Buffalo cares about is diving through tables and.
I guess you know what?
and
You're
wait,
right.
son.
You can make the argument that New Jersey is way more New York
No,
than upstate New York.
I'm disrespecting Buffalo. Griselda comes out of Buffalo.
Yeah, we got a lot of fans in Buffalo.
Benny the Butcher comes out of Buffalo. That's some real
2
New
out of
York
10.
stuff.
Benny the
So
Butcher?
if you don't know who Benny the Butcher is,
Who
very
is that?
prominent rapper, spits
Oh.
that fire, and my best friend
thought he was a
Michael
butcher.
Anthony Scott's from Buffalo. So I gotta put respect on him. You're right. You are right.
Thank you.
But wait, hold on. Sabres.
See, always the
Sabres.
Who's
They're
that?
doing
Buffalo
terrible.
Sabres?
Oh, who
Now it's quiet.
That team's real.
Now it's quiet.
I thought that was. I didn't know that was.
Oh
real.
yeah, all New York teams good.
They
You know
had
what?
some of the best
Let's throw the
players
New
on
York
that team
Lizards
the
in there,
past.
huh? Lacrosse. Let's see how they're doing.
Can we talk about a sport that the best guy on the team makes more than $1,000?
It doesn't matter, all right? Yes, sometimes I go into Starkey Brothers to get some flowers, and I see the goalie for the New York Lizards stacking up hydrangeas.
We make more money off this podcast than the whole team does in one season.
We make money off this podcast?
No, that's the whole point. We make none, just like them.
I'm about to say, somebody better give me my cut. Somebody better give me my cut.
The New York Lizards, yeah.
And you got the Red Bulls, and then you have the
Bulls are good.
The
Cosmos.
The
Cosmos.
New York
I was
Football Club
announced
that
for
plays
them
in
for a
Yankee
while.
Stadium.
Yeah, they're good.
The
All
Cosmos
the
are
New York
good.
teams are good, except for football. Except for one.
You got a lot of New York teams that are good, man.
But
The feminists, the hipsters.
But like I'm saying, a couple of years ago, when all the New York teams were bad, even the Yankees and the Mets, they're both bad. A couple of years ago, still.
But the city was thriving.
But now the city's thriving. You've been in the city,
No.
bro.
You
don't think it's thriving
The
yet?
city is not thriving.
Where I am.
I had a homeless woman yelling at me because she thought I was casing out her stuff to steal it. She literally had a carton of milk that
Were
was
you?
empty.
Were you?
No, I was not.
I don't believe it.
I swear to you, she's like, stop looking at my stuff, young man. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I
It's
said,
not
lady.
milk carton.
I said, lady, that milk expired in '94. Okay.
The key, if anybody's afraid to go in the city, the key to not getting messed with in the city is to look like a construction worker. Nobody, you ever seen anybody mess with a construction worker? No.
With what?
A construction worker.
You gotta be white. You gotta have a beard. You just gotta have a hard hat on, dude. Construction workers, you don't want to talk to them.
You don't
because
talk to them.
Wherever I think a construction worker is standing, I feel like that's a hard hat zone. He could be in his car eating a sandwich, and I still think that's a hard hat zone. And I do not want to get hit over the head with a
The
brick.
other day, I was walking outside Penn Station. They're obviously doing construction, and I walk into an area that says I can walk into. Everybody in there is wearing hard hats but me, and I'm just looking around. I go,
feel like the odd man
out.
out.
I'm supposed to be wearing. Am I in a zone? And it says sidewalk closed. Enter here. Is there gonna be like an anvil that falls on my head?
Yeah, you don't feel like you belong. You feel like a woman over 23 on Epstein's Island.
I go, should I put my yarmulke on? Like I gotta have something on my head. Something to protect it. I'll have God protect my head. I don't need a construction hat. What if an Orthodox Jew wanted to be a construction worker and he said, I'm wearing my yarmulke instead of a construction hat because God will protect me.
You gotta wear it over, or would they wear it
over
the hat
or
under?
that's over under.
I don't know.
I think
It might depend on
over.
The Jew of all Jews, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
Let's see if we get him on the line.
Yeah, instead of Dave Chappelle, ask a black dude. Ask an Orthodox Jew. That's gonna be our.
Ben Shapiro, the way he talks is business.
Is he Jewish?
Yeah, he is. You want the yarmulke when he?
Why are you? What?
Really? What?
Nothing.
Why am I what?
No. How do you not know?
How do you not know Andrew Dice Clay is not Jewish?
Well, no, because Ben Shapiro, like that's his whole
Austin
thing.
is a halfway fake Jew, son. He only claims it when he can benefit from it.
Always. And I get pulled
That's
over.
the only thing. You think Jews are out here cracking jokes, trying to be cool?
When I want a writing
Follow-
job?
Sometimes.
Snapping girls 2 hours after? No, this guy's trying to be on the in crowd, Peter.
Yeah. Yeah, Peter.
I mean, never mind. I'm not getting into it.
What, Peter?
No,
How do you
it's
not
a
know
family
Ben Shapiro?
friend. I'm not getting into it. It's okay.
Who's a family friend?
No, I'm not.
Just don't say their name.
No, I'm not gonna get into it. It's
Oh,
okay.
Peter,
It's
Peter,
okay.
Peter, say it. Peter.
My family listens to this show, so I'm not gonna talk about this.
Then why would you even bring it up right before?
Because I was about to. ask
Peter,
me-
I know you're talking about Peter.
right,
That's right.
right.
Mom's gonna call
Let's
back.
stop, let's
Peter,
stop.
listen, that you could talk about it. It's all right. It's funny.
Give
You
some,
should talk about it.
stats from the Yankees, then we'll move on to the next.
My stats are.
What are you liking that you see? What
Okay,
you
so
like?
right now the Yankees are actually hitting. They're actually hitting in the pitchers. This whole season, the Yankees pitching has been phenomenal. You know what is their clutch? They're clutch now. When I was at the bar, working a little bit, it was when Urshela hit the winning home run to win the game, and the whole bar was going up. And that's what it was. The Yankees are clutch again. That's the 90s and the early 2000 teams. They were always clutch. Now, before they weren't clutch, but now, like, if the Yankees are down by a run in the 8th inning, you're not turning off the TV. You're like, all right, they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back.
I thought they were pretty clutch in 2009 when they won. Were they
How's
not?
your base running?
It sucks. They suck at base running. The Yankees never had a good base runner except for Ricky Henderson and those guys. Brett Garner, his whole life, is the fastest guy on the MLB. And what does he do? Steals nothing. He doesn't steal anything. And when he does steal, he gets thrown out. The Yankees are the worst base stealing. Wow.
Austin, so wait, the 2019 was not so clutch as the
No.
2000s and 90s?
No, they were not clutch. Not as like the 2090s. No, they were not. Because like Paul O'Neill said, one of the guys in the 90s, the Yankees, he said, we didn't think we were going to lose.
Hmm.
And that's why they were so close. But now it's happening. Now Aaron Judge is hitting, and they're picking up. Like Stanton was doing so good in the season, he got hurt. And what does Aaron Judge do? He gets out of his slump and he starts hitting.
Hmm.
That's what makes a good team. Clutch and you pick people up.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
that the Mets don't do.
Well, I mean, they won last night, so.
Who'd they play last night?
Rockies again.
Oh, the Rockies. Can anybody name one player on the Rockies?
Fuentes.
Who is that?
I mean, he was batting a couple times. And I see him. I don't know. I think I forgot who else is on the Rockies. That's pretty notable.
Nobody. That's no point.
Noticeable, you wouldn't forget them.
You would know, Peter.
Well, I don't watch baseball all the time.
All right, so Yankees are on the come up. Mets are doing their thing. Let's get into this last sports story, and then we can get out of here.
Because you gotta go.
So the MVP race in the NBA, we're coming down to it, ladies and gentlemen. NBA heating up. You know, LeBron got poked in his eye. His eyeball almost fell out of his eyeball.
I love how he said, "Yeah, I saw 3 rims and I shot in the middle one." Isn't that what you would want to do? When you shoot left, you shoot. Yeah, I saw it and I think, okay, which one do you think is the hoop?
Yeah, you didn't have to graduate high school to figure out that one, LeBron.
You need Bugs Bunny coming to you saying you got to save the world again. Michael Jordan doesn't want to do this. Michael Jordan doesn't want to do the movie.
But he sank that shot over Steph. He sank it. One eye closed. Achoo! He got it. That's what LeBron does.
Patch the Pirate with one eye patch.
And I believe now that it's 1-1 with the Suns, and that's a interesting gonna be an interesting matchup. What else is popping off with the NBA?
What is gonna win the NBA?
I really don't know. I mean, I think the Lakers are just like a late show of a crowd, man. They'll come up, they'll be like, oh yeah, you know, we're not really prepared, and then you ever see that TikTok of the freak athlete?
Yeah.
Where they pull up and they're like, oh, y'all running fours, and they're eating like trolleys and Oreos and a big gulp, and then they'll be like, oh, I got to stretch or whatever. I'm not really ready, and you see them like dunking the ball. That's what I think the Lakers are. They're just like the biggest. What's the thing in pool when they're the biggest
Underdog?
hustlers. They're the biggest hustlers in the game. But at CP3, that boy's giving them problems though. He's playing injured. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. So you know, I expect the Lakers to come out on top.
Do you think the Knicks are gonna win? Do you think what's the chance of the Knicks winning?
See, the thing is, everyone get all upset at that Trae Young. You know, oh, he silenced the crowd, and now the Knicks fans are all down. We can beat the Hawks, all right? Trae Young, I can see his scalp every time he takes a 3-pointer. Okay.
Don't look at my bald spot.
Every time he sinks in, it's like shingles in the back of his. I'm not worried about that as a Knicks fan. You know, we had to focus on not getting too down on ourselves. And, you know, just focus on the big thing. Another thing that I saw in the NBA, that LeBron was hanging out with Drake and Michael B. Jordan. Now, whenever Drake,
here we go.
Whenever Drake hangs out with another man, another famous black man, I always get concerned because I heard the making of Views, I believe, or it was Views or More Life. Odell was staying at Drake's house. And you know what Odell likes to do? He likes to get defecated on, guys.
What?
Yes, he does. Oh, that's what someone said on the podcast. This is what this prostitute said on the podcast. But
Peter's looking it up now.
Peter, you didn't hear about that?
I did not.
Now
no.
you know. Now you know what it feels like. Austin, you didn't know Ben Shapiro was a Jew?
September.
Peter, you didn't know that Odell Beckham Jr. was getting diddled on?
Dude, that was the funniest thing you can see. You go,
diddled on.
Peter goes, what? Yeah, you didn't know that? And then here, immediately looking it up. Pornhub.com.
But anyway, you know, that was a violation of the COVID rules. You can't be, you know, with people.
So he should be suspended, right?
He should be suspended.
Was he suspended?
No, he's not.
Oh, why?
Karis LeVert got suspended for violating the rules of being around people, and that brother's in Indiana.
LeBron James is
What is he gonna do? Infect a cornfield?
LeBron James is like the coach's son. Can do no wrong no matter what. LeBron James can kill somebody on the court, and they go,
want the money.
It's his fault.
All right, we love LeBron because there's the money. Everyone loves LeBron, greatest player. The fans love him, but the NBA love him because it's the money. Nobody want to see a LeBron-less playoff.
So would you? So if you were the commissioner, would you have the balls to suspend him?
I would, because I think.
Wait, spend what? Sorry.
LeBron James did something that he's supposed to get
suspended. Suspend. Okay, I'm sorry.
Suspended.
So you said spend him.
No.
LeBron James did something he was supposed to get suspended for, and they didn't suspend him.
LeBron James was among Drake and Michael B. Jordan hanging out, and that's a violation of the COVID protocol of the NBA. So you're supposed to get suspended like Karis LeVert did. But LeBron is still out there playing with one eye. All right, like he had sand in his eye or something like that. So the thing is, I would suspend LeBron because I just feel like basketball is one of those things. People say the NBA is rigged, this, and that. LeBron's in the playoffs, and that's kind of floats around. But mostly I feel like the NBA has the trust of its fans, and when you do stuff like that, you get a little bit of the salaciousness, and, you know, people think you're like a Bobby Kraft or a Bill Belichick, and you don't want that on your name. Because then when you think of that, it's like, okay, these people cheat. Deflategate. Oh, he kisses kids probably. And that's a lot of things that you don't need in your life. So I would suspend LeBron for whatever it may be. You got to be safe.
So what they do? They fine him probably?
They're not gonna. I mean, if you're not gonna suspend him, there's no point in finding him. The main thing for me is it's COVID. So whether you vaccinated or not, I mean, as a Yankees fan, you already know COVID with the vaccination, you can still get it. But it's a safety concern for me. I got to make sure that all of the league can play because, you know, I'm not going to sacrifice that for one player. We're going to shut down the whole game. So if you violated it, sit out because I don't want you to mess up the whole thing. I don't care if you're not in it, you may be infected. That's my thing.
So do you think LeBron James went in there being like, I don't care? Because he could have control about like who saw it and stuff. Do you think LeBron was like, I don't care? They're not going to do anything to me.
LeBron was having fun. You can't hide pictures like that with those big figures in different avenues. Music, acting, and sports. That picture is gonna come out. It's gonna be out. It's gonna. You can't control that.
Yeah, but they were posing for it.
No, they were at parties and they were drinking and whatever.
Oh, really?
LeBron looked like he was on like a 1940s poster for production of Chicago. He's over there with a leaf in his hand, or whatever.
Do you think that Bugs Bunny would have got suspended if he was in that picture of the movie?
Probably, and Pepe Le Pew would have went right with him.
Pepe Le Pew, you can't even say that anymore.
Pepe Le Pew would have went right with him, son. But the end story that I wanted to talk about, the MVP race is going on. So you got Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic from Denver Nuggets, and you have Steph Curry. Now, a lot of people think that it's going to go to Nikola Jokic. He's been playing lights out. Joel Embiid been playing fire, too. But the thing is Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry, last year, the Warriors suck. You know, he's coming off a wrist injury. And he is playing lights out. But he was the 8th seed, and he got eliminated by the Lakers. Now, you can't be the 8th seed and MVP. That is the general consensus in the league. And when asked about it, Damian Lillard, former point guard and plays for the Trailblazers, he said, I do not see Steph Curry as the MVP because last year when I had 34 points a game and I was averaging 8 assists per game, people said, MVP? No way, because he was the 8th seed in the West. So what makes it different now? My question is Damian Lillard telling the truth or is he hating?
I think he's hating.
You think he's
hating? Hate.
You think he's a player hater?
Yeah, I think he's a player. Welcome to the player haters ball. Yes.
What about you, Peter?
So the MVP, this award, is it just for the regular season?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you could be the best player, like MVP.
Yeah.
If like you have an 8 seed team, I mean, you could be the guy who got them into the playoffs.
Well, if you were great, then you're great. No matter you can't. Your team might suck.
That should be the consensus, right?
Yeah.
Your team may suck, or maybe you got injured early. That's not Steph Curry's case, but you got injured early in the year, right? Like the first game. And you came back and you were playing lights out, but your team already was so far into a deficit in the season that you really couldn't give them a winning season. Yeah. But you still played fire. But Steph Curry, he been in there a lot. He been struggling by himself. He don't got Clay. Draymond too busy kicking people in the nuts. He don't really got that support. So now he's struggling. But he's still playing fire. There is a disconnect here. But you know, one thing I think Damian Lillard is forgetting. Thank you, camera. So I'll get up and I'll turn that on right now. You know what Damian Lillard is forgetting?
What?
Steph Curry is a light-skinned man. Damian Lillard, you got to understand this. You're from Oakland. You got tattoos. You grew up rough. People want to see Steph Curry win. Baby face, green eyes, light skin. He be biting his lip and his mouth guard, shooting threes. People want to see that. His babies are beautiful. They look like Nubian princes that should be in a Shea Moisture commercial. His wife weirdly looks exactly like him.
It is weird.
And that's when you know you the man, because when your wife says, oh, I feel like I don't get enough attention. What? I am Steph Curry. I'm the best shooter in the history of the NBA. I'm doing everything I can to support this family with money, and you want to come up with where's my attention? Girl, you got a cooking show that nobody watches on like QVC or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's on Discovery Plus.
Or something that no one can get, like Crackle or something like
Yeah,
that.
Crackle. You ever try to open Crackle? It's like sign in, and you sign in, and it goes, "Oh yeah, you're actually signing into this."
You can view Ayesha Curry's cooking show on TiVo. That's where you can get it.
You get it on DirecTV on demand.
So you know how much people love him when even the wife, his partner in crime, says, "Yo, you getting a little bit too much attention." People want to see Steph Curry win. It's already guaranteed that we know the brother's the greatest shooter, a great point guard, has held that city down. And also, we've seen Steph Curry evolve when he was playing behind Monte Ellis, when everyone was like, yo, who's this kid from Davidson? We seen him evolve into a great shooter. Babyface, he got everything. His father played in the league. His mom is hot.
His mom's hot.
His mom is
That's always a plus.
10 for 10, just like his
Right,
free
Peter?
throw. Just like his free throw percentage, 100%. His mom is good looking. Very good looking.
I just trying to look at me for a second. Oh, man.
Who doesn't want to see him succeed? I think
Damian Lillard is just a player, hate a ball.
Play hit a ball.
Hey.
When the Warriors were on top, excluding Kevin Durant, people like to see that because you saw this culmination of talent. And now that Steph Curry's back on his game, people think he deserves it. I think he does, but with that love that he gets from popular culture, I think that really puts him over the top. Not to say that Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid hasn't been playing it, but when you're light skinned brother that shoots threes, you don't even have to look. You just be looking down the ground. He be trying to shoot a three, go in. You get a pass. So Damian Lillard, I don't think you're hating Damian. I just think it's the perspective is a little obscure.
I think he's a player.
He's right. He is right. But to say that Steph Curry won't get the MVP, give it some time.
He plays. But if LeBron James if the Lakers win, LeBron James gets it automatically, right?
What?
If the Lakers win,
well, no, LeBron's not in. He might get Finals MVP, but he's not really in the top three right now. It's Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Steph Curry is the top three. Oh, excuse me, and Chris Paul has been playing pretty good.
CP3, baby.
He's been pretty good too. State Farm commercials are popping as well.
Yeah, that's funny.
Making too much of them, I think.
Yeah, I know that we replaced Jake with State Farm, white guy to a black guy. So I mean, it's a lot now.
Bring back Alfonso Ribeiro. That's what I say, because that guy, he needs it.
I just think it was funny when the commercial came out that they made Jake from State Farm black, and then the cut to it was like he was training someone, Jake from State Farm. Everybody was all mad. Why you replace him? Why? It's a different character. It's just another Jake from State Farm. Why are you so upset?
That's the thing. Like Jake from State Farm, it wasn't like a story that was made. It wasn't in a comic book. No one knew that it was literally made up by a company trying to make money. Of course, he's going to change.
Is that Jake?
He's going to switch up like Elliot Page. Have you seen that picture?
Yeah, he's ripped.
Dude.
He's ripped.
He got the abs.
He can kick. He
got the abs. He can wash dishes and clothes on his abs.
That's what I picture of Peter's body. I've never seen Peter on just, but I feel like that's what Peter
went
had
to the
abs
beach
like
with
that.
me like 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. Yes.
6 years ago.
Our first date.
All right, Peter, you got a minute, brother. Take us out on that.
Yeah, go.
Go.
Talk about the Islanders.
You literally have a minute.
Yeah, actually, I want to see. Ready? Hold on. We'll do it right
Because
now.
if I tell you talk about sports and you end up talking about the crisis in Sudan, I'm gonna smack you over the head with this microphone.
I don't know if that's the
As soon as you start.
Peter, 3, 2, 1, go.
So the New York Islanders are up against the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2 in the series. They only need to win one more game. That could be tonight to move on to battle with the Boston Bruins, the big bad Bruins.
Which they beat all year, right?
For the most part, yes. For the most part, they did very well against the Bruins. But the playoffs is a different animal. Totally different animal. So we'll see how that goes. But the winner from 2 nights ago was a second overtime winner, Josh Bailey. Being handed the puck, gifted the puck by Tristan Jarry, the goalie for the Penguins, and it was amazing. I mean, I was just watching, I couldn't believe it. It's like, wow, they just scored like 51 seconds in, I think it was, and it was a good goal. It was a good game. The Ilya Sorokin, the Islanders rookie goalie, stole that game for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's all I basically got to say about that.
You sure? You got 5 seconds left.
No, it's not, I'm sure.
All right, so you shout out, Peter.
Wow.
What you want people to follow you on?
Instagram, Peter Lewis
Nice.
_
Follow me on what's that Parlor? Peter Lewis. On the deep web, Peter H. Lewis.
Deep web. Black web.
That'd be a terrible deep web.
Is that it for you, Peter?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, hey, follow me on Instagram. I got dates June 5th at June 4th, 8 p.m. See me there. And Peter watching Jared do 30 minutes. You want an autograph, obviously give you one. Peter, don't give autographs, he said. Follow me on Instagram at Austin Titel, And if you do want to give me your Snapchat, I will wait at least a day to snap you. New rule. Right, Jared? Okay, good.
Yep. And that's what it is, people. Make sure you download the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. So WWSRN on iPhone.
WWSRN on iPhone. How do you know? You can stream us on YouTube as well. Facebook. Follow your boy, J Harvey 15 on all platforms. I'm going to be at Broadway Comedy Club, June 4th. I'm headlining. I got to set up my headshot today. So
you know what's funny? I love when I watch. Do you watch people's comedians podcasts?
Yeah.
They always start with, "Hey, what's up? Well, I got some dates." I love it. That's my favorite.
You gotta plug it.
That's what radio was. And he's like, "Oh, Andrew Dice Clay. I didn't know you were Jewish." Yeah, I'm here, June 4th, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.
You gotta do it. You got to do it. Also, I'm going to be at One Eye Jackson Bethpage, I believe, on Long Island, June 18th. So
I will not be at that one.
It's all right. It's okay. I don't think I'm going to be at that one.
Where in Bethpage?
Oh, wait, Peter's from Bethpage.
One Eye Jacks.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I know that one.
Is that a buffet?
It's a buffet.
That's not a buffet.
Is it a strip club?
If it was a buffet, it would be a Sizzlers, I think.
Anyways,
yeah, man.
Sizzlers.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. That's Austin burping. This has been How You Know. Catch us back here next Wednesday at around 1 to 1:15, depending on if StreamYard wants to work. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We love y'all. Peace.
Big if. Very big if right there.
I gotta take a piss.
Wait, hold on. I'm still.
Let me not mute the mics.
Yeah. All right.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm gonna keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/bloodpressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we solve hunger. Together we're Feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.